Let's quickly run through our headlines. UNC commences a trade embargo since midnight, several vehicles stranded. And polling underway for India's vice presidential election. And KVK's effective system successfully brought about developmental changes in Manipur's farming practices, says Director ICAR Atari Zone 7, Umia Meghalaya, Dr. A.K. Mohanty. Hello, you've tuned into Istv English News. This is Tarung Shankhaling giving you the news in detail. The proposed trade embargo called by the United Naga Council UNC over scrapping of FMR and construction of border fencing commenced since midnight of 8 September. Mention may be made that the United Naga Council UNC has been demanding to reinstate the free movement regime FMR and immediately stop the ongoing construction of border fencing. The UNC had a dialogue with Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India together with the Government of Manipur representative in New Delhi earlier. However, the dialogue could not bring a breakthrough in the tripartite talk. Police sources mentioned that many stranded trucks loaded with essential commodities were sent back to Nagaland site, stating that the blockade may last for more days. Trucks with essential commodities, tourist bus loaded with goods, Tata mobiles of more than 100 numbers are stranded along the Manipur border areas in Senapati district near Mao Gate. On the other hand, trade embargo has been taking place in Chandel district. The agitation was conducted at 3 strategic points across the district, namely Lamkang Khunau village on Imphal More highway, Sulam areas and Chakpikarong area. No untoward incident has been reported so far. The election for the post of Vice President is underway. The NDA nominee and Maharashtra Governor C.P. Radhakrishnan will face the India Bloc's nominee and former Supreme Court Judge B. Sudarshan Reddy in this election. The Vice President is elected by an electoral college consisting of members of both houses of the Parliament. The election of the Vice President is held by the system of the proportional representation by means of the single transferable vote. The voting in this election is held by a secret ballot. Members of the Electoral College can vote according to their choices or wish and are not bound by any party whip. The value of every vote cast in the vice presidential election has the same value. Presently, the Lok Sabha has 542 members and the Rajya Sabha has 239 members. The electorate for the vice presidential election this time is 781 and the majority marked at 391. The voting began at 10 a.m. and will continue till 5 p.m. Counting of votes will be held after 6 p.m. onwards. For the first time, the election of the vice president will be held at the new parliament building. The election is necessitated due to resignation of Jagdeep Dhankar in July this year. Directorate of ICAR Atari Zone 7, Umia Meghalaya, Dr. A.K. Mohanty has stated that through its efficient system, KVK has driven notable developmental shift in Manipur's farming sector. He made a statement while attending the opening of the 3-day annual zonal workshop of KVKs organized by Agricultural Technology Application Research Institute Zone 7, Umia Meghalaya and Central Agricultural University, Imphal. Workshop was conducted under the theme Technology Empowerment Convergence, transforming NEH agricultural towards a Vikshit Bharat at 2047 at College of Agriculture, Kau, Imphal, Iroisemba. Former Union Minister T.H. Chauba, Vice Chancellor of Kau, Imphal, Dr. Anupam Mishra, Vice Chancellor of AAU Jorhat, Dr. B.C. Deka, and Dean of College of Agriculture, Kau, Imphal, Professor N. Brajendra, along with scientists of various ICAR and representatives of KVKs, attended the workshop. Dr. A.K. Mohanty further stated that the 3-day workshop will feature discussion on different themes and state-wise review will be conducted on the achievements of the KVKs. Manipur currently has 9 KVKs and it covers 87,797 farmers from 773 villages, and the effective system of the state KVKs has brought sustainable agriculture practices in Manipur, he said. He also spoke about the commendable achievements of the state KVKs.
We have exchanged more than 15 germplasms with the different communities among the different villages. That is also a great achievement. So due to this, germplasm of one region has gone to another region, and state-wise researchable issues and policy issues have been identified. Now Honorable Vice Chancellor CAU, he is the nodal officer from the ICR side to implement these researchable issues, policy issues, so that there will be a convergence between the state and center ICR. So that's why many research issues, policy issues have been evolved. So with this Manipur 9 KVKs, they have covered 773 villages during the VKs and 87,797 farmers. So with this achievement, this KVK system which is called as a strong frontline extension mechanism. They have proved their existence in the system, which is they can lead the country or they can lead this region for bringing a sustainable agriculture in this system.
MLA of Thongju Assembly Constituency Thongam Biswajit inaugurated the second floor building of Social Workers Congress SWC Khongman and handed over to the people today. Speaking at the event, MLA Thongam Biswajit emphasized that true development can only be achieved through a shared vision and collective determination. He pointed out that as long as selfish interests and individualistic thinking prevailed, meaningful progress in any area will remain out of reach. He drew a comparison to health, stating that just as humans need nutritious food to survive, the rise in climate-related diseases today highlights the urgent need for fitness and regular exercises. He also stressed the vital role of local clubs in driving holistic development and progress within communities. Furthermore, he clarified that genuine development in a constituency means inclusive progress across all areas and not just a few selected localities. If one area advances while others are neglected, the overall goal of constituency-wide development remains unfulfilled. To that end, he affirmed that he has been working beyond political differences, focusing instead on the broader vision of a developed Thongju constituency. He concluded by assuring continued efforts for the welfare of the people and called for the support to achieve shared development goals.
Quality education. Yes, of course. Particularly society is quality, not the quantity. Quality recalling. So, what do you do? Quality education is the most important.
Internally displaced persons, IDPs hailing from Mori and Churchandpur, residing at the relief camp set up at Wangjing Lamding Higher Secondary School, organized a traditional ritual of Langbantha Haisoi Tamba at Wangjing River. The IDPs conducted the offering under the aegis of Committee on Protection of Meitei Victims, More. The internally displaced people offer fruits and other items while paying homage to ancestors and departed souls in the riverbanks of Wangjing River. The 11-kilometer road stretch from the area where the signboard "Welcome to Kumbi" is erected to Kumbi Market to Wangu Parking Market along the state highway is currently undergoing reconstruction under the supervision of MLA S. Premchandra. During a program held at Wangu Terakong on August 31, the MLA had assured to repair the road. President of BJP Kumbi Mandal, Angau Sana, told media persons that considering the plight of the residents, the MLA decided to repair the road with funds from his own pocket. He also made appeal to other locals to support the road repair work.
MBSC 2025-26 ki work program da hojik yang na bagi da mukta su na bale mele na adan ma mawong da process sanction li habe sumu jo BJP Kumbi Mandal mai kai dagi miyam na khangan jari political party gi nataba Kumbi kendri gi na lambi je phanana bagi da makta honor birakpa asida miyam khudimuna sojok pibiu miyam khudimuna ya pibi ganu habe je amukana ai thamjari.
Vice President of Apunba Imakumbi and Romabati said the people should discuss with MLA on the development and shortages faced in the constituency. Secretary of BJP Kumbi Mandal W. Thoiba, Secretary of Apunba Imakumbi W. Sarda and other office bearers were also present during the press meet. Manipur State Committee of Communist Party of India, Marxist, in a press release informed that the party welcomed the proposed visit of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi on September 13 in Manipur, even though it will be for few hours. Secretary CPIM Manipur State Committee K3 Mayum Santa in press release appealed to the Governor of Manipur Ajay Kumar Bhala to arrange an all-parties meeting, including the CSOs, with the Prime Minister of India during his Imphal visit on September 13 with urgency. Security forces conducted a raid at Kairao Lauthok Laukon under Irilbung Police Station, Imphal East District, where a factory of opioid Kodian was busted. One Iran bottling machine, three plastic cans containing opioid, 185 bottles of opioid Kodian, 1,461 empty brown bottles and 625 plastic caps were discovered from the search operation. On the other hand, Manipur police arrested a person along with 1.940 kg of marijuana from North AOC. The arrested person has been identified as Aribam Manshis of K3 Awanglekai, which falls under the jurisdiction of Porompat Police Station, as per information released by police. The Sagolmang Area Naga Students Association, SANSA, has strongly condemned the violent incident that occurred on the morning of September 8, 2025 between 7:30 a.m. and 8 a.m. at Molnom along the Sanakaitel Imphal route. According to reports, armed Kuki militants intercepted a passenger bus, confiscated mobile phones from passengers and searched for video recordings of their camp before resorting to blank firing that triggered panic among civilians. Describing the act as barbaric, cowardly and unlawful, SANSA demanded immediate and strict action from the authorities, emphasizing the need to uphold public safety and the rule of law. The association warned that failure to prevent such incidents in the future would compel them to take stronger steps to safeguard the rights and security of the people. On the other hand, the Foothills Naga Co-Coordination Committee, FNCC, has strongly condemned the September 8, 2025 incident in which armed Kuki militants reportedly intercepted and harassed passengers of a bus from Sinakaitel village at Molnom. The bus carrying civilians from the Tangkul Naga village in Ukhrul district was allegedly subjected to illegal frisking and intimidation. FNCC described the act as an unprovoked aggression and a grave violation of Naga dignity and security, asserting that Kuki refugees have no right to infringe upon the movement or freedom of Nagas in their ancestral land. The committee demanded a public apology or explanation from the perpetrators and warned that failure to comply would result in strict counteractions against Kukis passing through foothill Naga areas. Reaffirming their stance, FNCC cautioned that continued provocations would have serious consequences and urged Kuki leaders to rein in their armed cadres to maintain peace. Shifting our focus to other updates now. During the rainy season, multiple landslides occurred along the road from Shiroi foothills to Kachaupung, which connects several villages in Ukrul and Kamjong district. The Pm-Gsy department promptly cleared debris. As a result, villagers along the route have expressed their gratitude for the swift action. Ming Shok, a resident of Zingsui village, noted that landslides are reoccurring problems during the monsoon season, causing significant hardship and disruption to daily life. In response to this situation, the chief engineer of Pm-Gsy, along with executive engineers of Ukrul and Kamjong districts and Pungton Zimik from Matiang village, personally intervened to oversee and initiate debris clearance in most of the affected areas. Their collective efforts successfully restored connectivity, leading Ming Sok to commend the department for its timely intervention in alleviating the villagers' difficulties. Let's move on with some national and international updates now. In a landmark move towards digital governance, the Arunachal Pradesh cabinet, led by Chief Minister Pema Khandu, held a fully paperless cabinet Aapke Dwar meeting at Zero in Lower Subansiri district yesterday, using the e-cabinet application for the first time outside the state capital Itanagar. The cabinet approved the draft Arunachal Pradesh Urban and Country Planning Amendment Bill 2025 to regulate a rapid urbanization and help the state to qualify for Rs 100 crore incentives under a central reform link scheme. It also cleared rules for municipal property tax collection and advertisement regulation to strengthen urban local bodies and ensure sustainable growth. Approval was also granted for 4 new fire stations at Mibo Kimin, Diomali and Lungla, along with 68 posts for manpower. Amendments to land settlement rules will allow leasing government land for agriculture, residential, commercial and industrial purposes for up to 50 years, extendable by 49 years. Recruitment rules for several departments were also updated. Also, the Nepal government has withdrawn its earlier decision to ban social media sites after violent protests by youths that left at least 19 people dead and over 300 injured yesterday. Nepal's Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has resigned as anti-corruption protests escalated. At least 2 people have died in Tuesday protests, taking the death toll to 21 so far. Protesters vandalized the residence of Prime Minister Oli and the home of resident Ramchandra Podal, as well as that of former Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal's Pachanda in Kumaltar, Lalitpur. Demonstrations also erupted outside the residence of former Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba in Budanilakantha, Kathmandu. In response, authorities swiftly reimposed restrictions across the capital. The Kathmandu District Administration Office announced an indefinite curfew within the Ring Road area of the city. Protesters blocked key roads near Nepal Parliament in Kalanki and other areas, chanting slogans and clashing with police forces. Nepal Ministers for Communication, Information and Broadcasting Prithvi Subha Gurung announced that the government has withdrawn its earlier decision to ban social media sites following an emergency meeting of the cabinet. Gurung said the ministry has ordered the concerned agencies to start the process of resuming the social media sites as per the demands of the Gen Z, which spearheaded a massive protest in front of the parliament in the heart of Kathmandu. 3 days ago, the Nepal government ordered to ban the ban of 26 social media sites, including Facebook and X, over their failure to register with the Nepal government. The demonstration turned violent yesterday when some protesters entered the parliament complex, prompting police to use water cannons, tear gas and live rounds to disperse crowds. Meanwhile, social media sites such as Facebook, X and WhatsApp have come back into operation from last night. Meanwhile, Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli promised to form an investigation committee to scrutinize the deadly incident that happened during the protests. He said that the family of the deceased will be provided relief and free treatment of the injured will be provided. Nepal's Home Minister Ramesh Lakhad tendered his resignation on moral grounds. The United Nations has said it is following the situation in Nepal with deep concern. Spokesperson for the United Nations Secretary General Stephanie Dujarric said it is critical that the authorities protect and respect the rights of peaceful assembly and freedom of expression. He stressed that security forces must comply with the basic principles on the use of force. Dujarric expressed sadness over the loss of lives and noted that Nepal enjoys a vibrant democracy and active civic space. He added that it is important for the government and the demonstrators to engage in dialogue and resolve the issues in a peaceful manner. Well, those are updates we have this afternoon. Before we close the news, giving you the headlines once again. UNC commences a trade embargo since midnight, several vehicles stranded. And polling underway for India's vice presidential election. KVK's effective system successfully brought about developmental changes in Manipur's farming practices, says Director ICAR Atari Zone 7 Umiam Meghalaya, Dr. A.K. Mohanty. Thank you for watching ICTV English News. Stay tuned at 8 p.m. for additional updates. Goodbye for now.